His seventh 40-point game of these playoffs. Steps, tries it again, puts it in! As the shot clock expires, LeBron James with 44. Timeout, Boston.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Hustle Hoops. This is the home of the Hustle Hoops podcast. And I just want to jump straight into talking about the recent NBA. More specifically, I want to spend a lot of time delving into the idea of how close the race is in both conferences, and how I truly do believe that the play-in tournament is something that has drastically improved the competitiveness and the parity in the NBA. And so I have to admit, when the idea of the play-in tournament first came out last year, it was the first season where it was implemented in a regular way. I wasn't that big of a fan of it. Kind of biased because the Lakers were in it. I didn't like it last year. However, they did end up winning it off of heroics of Bron. We all know the story. He saw 3 rims, shot at the middle, and still got a buck. But at the same time, I guess I was kind of like, I felt some type of way because my favorite team was in it. Also, I didn't like the idea of the 7th seed having a chance to drop out and potentially having the 10 seed get all the way in. But now, looking at it compared to this season and having more time with it, I think the play-in tournament has won me. I love the competitive aspect that it brings. You know, if you look at both standings, it's still a big race. Like the play-in tournament, the implementation of the play-in tournament has it competitive down to the 9 and 10 spot in the Eastern Conference. And out west, you have the Lakers as of right now sitting at the 11th seed, and they're still some type of competitive because of the play-in tournament. So I'm just going to start out breaking down with the Western Conference. Like I said, the Lakers are sitting at the 11th spot right now, but they are tied with the Spurs at the 10th spot with the same exact record at 31 and 44. And so with these last 2 weeks left of the NBA, the Lakers can still have a chance to potentially do something. We know they've been battling with injuries. They've been battling with turmoil the whole season, right? And so if they can somehow sneak into that play-in tournament at that 10 or even 9 spot, because they're only one game away from the Pelicans, and AD is supposed to be coming back sometime this week, right? They could potentially get a healthy squad, win the play-in tournament, and take a team in the first round to a tough series. I don't think they'll win that series, but they can take the Suns to some type of tough series fully healthy, because I still do believe that Bron and AD fully healthy is the best duo in the league. And so the play-in tournament adds something to fight for, because right now in a normal setting, right, the Lakers are 5.5 games behind the Clippers for the 8th spot. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before the play-in tournament, the Lakers sitting at the 11th spot are giving up because they're 4.5 games back. No, they're 5.5 games back. They know that they're not getting the 8th seed. Same thing with the Spurs at the 10th spot. They're at the 10th spot. Okay, forget it. I'm tanking now for this last week. I'm resting on my superstars. It's not entertaining. No game matters at this point because we're that far behind the Clippers. The Pelicans at the 9th spot, same thing. We're this far behind, we're forgetting it. But now that the play-in tournament happens, we have something to fight for. Okay, let's come up a little bit. Look at the Nuggets. They're at the 6th seed. Usually the 6th seed is resting their players. They're solidified in their spot. Maybe they're trying to fight for seeding, but they're not worried about anything because they're in the playoffs. They're not at number 8. They're not number 7. They're number 6. We're good. But now they're kind of worried because they're only 2 games above the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves could end up sneaking something. The Jazz can't be too careful at that 5 spot because they could drop to 7 with only 2 games. And it's even scarier when you come out east because the play-in tournament for the 5 spot, they could drop to the 7 with the Bulls. They're only 1.5 games above the Cavs. Then the Raptors can move around in that 5, 6, or 7. So that 5, 6, or 7, they're all fighting for their life to get those 5 and 6 spots. The Cavs can still jump up. Then you have the Brooklyn Nets, the Hornets, and the Hawks. The Hawks have been disappointing all year. We know they have been, but they might be able to pull off some miraculous miracle type run, just like they did last year if they can sneak into the play-in tournament. And so I love this because it adds to the competitiveness. It adds to the parity. It adds to the point of basketball. This whole week, I've been checking the standings every day. You had the Celtics at the 1 seed. Then they dropped to the 4 spot. The Bucks were the 4 seed at one point. Now they're the 2 seed after Giannis just dropped a 40 bomb on the Sixers last night in an amazing miraculous game, right? Everything is changing every day. The Bulls can't get too comfortable at that 5 spot because the Cavs could come. Okay, Nets, y'all could drop to the 10 spot, so y'all might need to win 2 games. Y'all might drop to the 9 spot. So now in the play-in tournament, instead of the Nets have to only win 1 game, now they have to win twice. It's a lot that can go on, and so I love this. Even this doesn't have to do with the play-in tournament, but you can look at the Eastern Conference first 4 seeds. They're all separated by 1.5 games. Tomorrow, the Sixers could be the 2 seed. They're the 4 seed right now. In 2 days, the Heat could be the 4 seed. The Celtics were the 4, went to the 1. Now they're the 2. It's so competitive, and I love it. I just love the scope of the NBA right now. I don't know who's coming out the East. You have Jimmy Butler in the Heat. Is this finally going to be their year since the bubble? The Celtics been going crazy. Jason Tatum looking like a superstar. The duo of Harden and Embiid, are they going to come out? You potentially have the best player in the world, Giannis, in the Bucks. Can he defend his crown? The Bulls might be able to put together a Cinderella type run. Oh wait, don't forget the Nets, because they still have KD and Kyrie. It's going to be an amazing playoffs, and just stay tuned. I want to tell you right now, stay tuned, because I'm dropping playoff videos. I'm dropping playoff predictions. I'm going to be dropping postseason reaction to the standings. I'm going to be doing predictions. I'm going to be doing reactions, and I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of content for the playoffs. I think the playoffs is going to be amazing, and I'm going to have videos ready for it. Even out west, you got some competitiveness, because I don't know if the Suns are just going to take it all the way. Ja Morant and the Grizzlies have been looking OD. The Warriors, we already know what they can do with Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Luka might pull off some type of heroics in the first round. The Nuggets and Jokic, he's an MVP. I don't know if I can. I mean, I got to put Bron in there somehow, but I think, what if Bron could potentially sneak something out and go to the second round? You never know, because Bron is Bron. So be on the lookout, because I'm definitely going to have videos coming soon. I'm going to be doing some award predictions, or maybe award reactions. I don't really like the predictions thing, but I'm probably going to do some reactions to NBA awards and All-NBA, and definitely playoff content is coming. So hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to be notified. Just let me know. This is just my thoughts, man. This last 2 weeks of the season is really fun, because my eyes are glued to the TV every night. So I'm going to just catch y'all later, man.